A list of medical organizations in alphabetical order from Nidcd.nih.gov. Chapter 1. A list of medical organizations in alphabetical order from nidcd.nih.gov/directory, National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders. Organizations at National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders. National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders. 31, Center Drive MSC 2320, Bethesda, Maryland, USA 20892 to 2320. Voice, 800-241-1044. TTY, 800-241-1055. Nidcd info@nidcd.nih.gov. nidcd.nih.gov. The NID directory lists selected national organizations that provide information on communication disorders. AARP. Address: 601 E Street, NW. Washington, D.C. 20049. media@aarp.org. aarp.org. Able Data. 8630 Fenton Street. Number 930. Silver Spring, Maryland 20910. Able Data at macrointernational.com. abledata.com. Academy of Doctors of Audiology, ADA. 446 East High Street. Number 10. Lexington, Kentucky 40507. info@audiologist.org. audiologist.org. Academy of Rehabilitative Audiology, ERA. epub 2323. Albany, New York 12220-0323. ERA@audreyhab.org. audreyhab.org. Acoustic Neuroma Association, ANA. 600 Peachtree Parkway. Number 108. Cumming, Georgia 30041. info@anausa.org. anausa.org. Acoustical Society of America, ASA. 1305 Walt Whitman Road. Number 300. Melville, New York 11747-4502. ASA@acousticalsociety.org. acousticalsociety.org. ADARA, Professional Networking for Excellence in Service Delivery. With individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing. epub 480. Myersville, Maryland 21773. ADARA@comcast.net. adara.org. Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, AHRQ. 540 Gaither Road. Rockville, Maryland 20850. info@ahrq.gov. ahrq.gov. Alexander Graham Bell Association for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. A.G. Bell. 3417 Volta Place, NW. Washington, D.C. 20007-2778. info@agbell.org. agbell.org. American Academy of Audiology, AAA. 11480 Commerce Park Drive. Number 220. Reston, Virginia 20191. info@audiology.org. audiology.org. American Academy of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery Incorporated. Off Pierce. 310 South Henry Street. Alexandria, Virginia 22314. info@aafprs.org. aafprs.org. American Academy of Otolaryngology Head and Neck Surgery. AAOHNS. 1650 Diagonal Road. Alexandria, Virginia 22314-2857. Webmaster@antnet.org. antnet.org. American Association for the Advancement of Science, AAAS, Entry Point Internship Program. 1200 New York Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20005. Entry point at aaas.org. entrypoint.org. American Association of the Deafblind, AADB. epub 2831. Kensington, Maryland, 20891. aadb-info@aadb.org. aadb.org. American Auditory Society, AAS. 19, Mantua Road. Mt. Royal, New Jersey, 08061. aas@tally.com. amauditorysoc.org. American Board of Audiology Registered. Number 200. aba@audiology.org. boardofaudiology.org. American Bronchoesophagological Association, ABEA. C/O American College of Surgeons, 633 North St. Clair Street, 27th floor. Chicago, Illinois, 60611. gregory.grillo@bmc.org. aba.net. American Cleft Palate Craniofacial Association, ACPA. 1504 East Franklin Street. Number 102. Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27514. info@cleftline.org. cleftline.org. American Cochlear Implant Alliance, ACI Alliance. epub 103. McLean, Virginia, 22101. info@acialliance.org. acialliance.org. American Hearing Research Foundation, AHRF. 8 South Michigan Avenue. Number 814. Chicago, Illinois, 60603-4539. sparmet@american-hearing.org. american-hearing.org. American Laryngological Association, ALA. epub 128186. Nashville, Tennessee, 37232. alans@comcast.net. alans.org. American Neurotology Society, ANS. Administrative Office, 1980 Warson Road. Springfield, Illinois, 62704. Neurotology65@yahoo.com. American Neurotology Society.com. American Otological Society, AUS. Administrative Office, 1980 Warson Road. Administrator at americanotologicalsociety.org. americanotologicalsociety.org. American Society for Deaf Children, ASDC. 800 Florida Avenue NE, number 2047. Washington, D.C. 20002-3695. ASDC@deafchildren.org. deafchildren.org. American Speech Language Hearing Association, ASHA. 2200 Research Boulevard. A CTION Center at asha.org. asha.org. American Speech Language Hearing Foundation, ASH Foundation. Foundation at asha.org. ashfoundation.org. American Tinnitus Association, ATA. epub 5. Portland, Oregon, 97207-0005. Melanie@ata.org. ata.org. Aphasia Hope Foundation, AHF. epub 79701. Houston, Texas, 77279. Judy Stradinger@aphasiahope.org. aphasiahope.org. Asperger/Autism Spectrum Education Network, Aspen. 9 Aspen Circle. Edison, New Jersey, 08820. info@aspennewjersey.org. aspennewjersey.org. Association for Chemoreception Sciences, ACHEMS. 2111 Chestnut Avenue, Suite 145. Glenview, Illinois, 60025. info@achems.org. achems.org. Association for Research in Otolaryngology, ARO. Headquarters at aro.org. aro.org. Association of Academic Physiatrists, AAP. 10461 Mill Run Circle. Number 730. Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117. T. Knowlton at physicallyutready.org. physicallyutready.org. Association of Late Deafened Adults, ALDA. 8038, Macintosh Lane. Rockford, Illinois, 61107. info@alda.org. alda.org. Association of University Centers on Disabilities, AUCD. 1010, Wayne Avenue. Number 920. info@aucd.org. aucd.org. Audient. 221, Yale Avenue North. Number 450. Seattle, Washington, 98109. info@audientealliance.org. audientealliance.org. Audiology and Speech Pathology Services, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, VA. VA Medical Center, 50, Irving Street, NW. Washington, D.C., 20422. Kathy.Greener@va.gov. patientcare.va.gov/rehabilitationservices.asp. Autism Society of America. 4340 East-West Highway. Number 350. Bethesda, Maryland, 20814. info@autism-society.org. autism-society.org. Autism Speaks. 1 East 33rd Street, 4th floor. New York, New York, 10016. Contact us at autismspeaks.org. autismspeaks.org. Beginnings for parents of children who are deaf or hard of hearing, Incorporated. Beginnings. 156A Wind Chime CRT. Raleigh, North Carolina, 27615. Raleigh at ncbegin.org. ncbegin.org. Better Hearing Institute, B. 1444 I Street. Number 700. Mail at betterhearing.org. betterhearing.org. Birth Defect Research for Children Incorporated. BDRC. 976 Lake Baldwin Lane. Number 104. Orlando, Florida, 32814. Staff at birthdefects.org. birthdefects.org. Boys Town National Research Hospital, BTNRH. 555 North 30th Street. Omaha, Nebraska, 68131. Ryan.McCreary at boystown.org. boystownhospital.org. Brain Injury Association of America. 1608 Spring Hill Road. Vienna, Virginia, 22182. Brain Injury Info at biausa.org. biausa.org. Center for Hearing and Communication. 50 Broadway. New York, New York, 10004. Email. chchearing.org. Center on Human Policy, CHP. Syracuse University, School of Education, 302 Huntington Hall. Syracuse, New York, 13244. The CHP at sear.edu. The chp.syr.edu. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS. 7500 Security Boulevard. Baltimore, Maryland, 21244-1850. cms.gov. Cherub Foundation. POB 8524. Port St. Lucie, Florida, 34985. Help at cherubi.org. cherubi.org. Childhood Apraxia of Speech Association of North America, Kazana. 416 Lincoln Avenue, 2nd floor. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15209. Help desk at oprsia-kids.org. oprsia-kids.org. Children of Deaf Adults International Incorporated. CODA. POB 30715. Santa Barbara, California, 93130. CODA-international.org. CID, Central Institute for the Deaf. 825 South Taylor Avenue. St. Louis, Missouri, 63110. sid@sid.edu. cid.edu. Clearinghouse on Disability Information, Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services, OSSERS. 550 12th Street SW, Room 5133. Washington, D.C. 20004. Carolyn.corlett@ed.gov. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/osers/index.html. Collaborative for Communication Access via Captioning, CCAC. No mailing address. See website. ccacaptioning@gmail.com. ccacaptioning.org. Communication Service for the Deaf Incorporated. CSD. 102 North Crone Place, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 57103. R. Norris at c-s-d.org. c-s-d.org. Conference of Educational Administrators of Schools and Programs for the Deaf, seized. POG 116. Washington Grove, Maryland, 20880. National Office at ceasd.org. ceasd.org. Council for Accreditation in Occupational Hearing Conservation. COSI. 555 East Wells Street. Number 1100. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202-3823. info@caohc.org. caohc.org. Council for Exceptional Children, CEC. 2900 Crystal Drive. Number 1000. Arlington, Virginia, 22202. Service at cec.sped.org. cec.sped.org. Council for Learning Disabilities, CLD. 11184 Antioch Road, number 405. Overland Park, Kansas, 66210. CLD info at cldinternational.org. cldinternational.org. Council of Academic Programs in Communication Sciences and Disorders, CAPXD. 3000 So. Jamaica, CT. Number 390. Denver, Colorado, 80014. M. Chavez at capcsd.org. capcsd.org. Council of American Instructors of the Deaf, CADE. POG 377. Bedford, Texas, 76095-0377. CADE@swbell.net. CADE.org. Council on Education of the Deaf, SED. Gallaudet University, POG 2074, 800 Florida Avenue, NE. Washington, D.C. 20002. SED office at councilondeaf.org. councilondeaf.org. Described and Captioned Media Program, DCMP, National Association of the Deaf. 1447 East Main Street, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29307. info@dcmp.org. dcmp.org. Disability Rights Office, Consumer and Governmental Affairs Bureau. Federal Communications Commission, FCC. 445 12th Street SW. Washington, D.C. 20554. FCC info at fcc.gov. fcc.gov/cgb/dro. Disability Rights Section, Civil Rights Division, U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ. 950 Pennsylvania Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20530. ada.gov. Disability, Inc./Sign Language USA, LLC/Capcom. POG 1246. SignLanguageUSA.com. Dogs for the Deaf Incorporated. 10175 Wheeler Road, Central Point, Oregon, 97502. info@dogsforthedeaf.org. dogsforthedeaf.org. Dyslexia Research Institute, DRI. 5246, Centerville Road, Tallahassee, Florida, 32309. dri@talstar.com. Dyselesia-ad.org. Dysphagia Research Society. 4550, Post Oak Place. Number 342. Houston, Texas, 77027. drs@meetingmanagers.com. Dysphagiaresearch.org. Easter Seals Incorporated. 175, West Jackson Boulevard. Hashtag 1400A. Chicago, Illinois, 60604. info@easterseals.com. easterseals.com. Educational Audiology Association. 700, McKnight Park Drive. Number 708. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15237. admin@edud.org. edud.org. Foundation Fighting Blindness Incorporated. FFB. 7168, Columbia Gateway Drive. Number 100. Columbia, Maryland, 21046. info@fightblindness.org. fightblindness.org. Friends of Libraries for Deaf Action, FOLDA. 2930, Craig Lawn Road, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20904-1816. folda86@aol.com. folda.net. Gallaudet University, GU, and Laron Clerk National Deaf Education Center. 800, Florida Avenue, NE. Public.relations@gallaudet.edu. Gallaudet.edu. Gallaudet University, Laron Clerk National Deaf Education Center. Public Relations and Publications. Infotogo@gallaudet.edu. clearseacenter.gallaudet.edu. Genetic Alliance. 4301, Connecticut Avenue, NW. Number 404. Washington, D.C., 20008-2369. info@geneticalliance.org. geneticalliance.org. Goodwill Industries International Incorporated. 15810, Indianola Drive, Rockville, Maryland, 20855. Contact us at goodwill.org. goodwill.org. Hands and Voices Headquarters. POB 3093. Boulder, Colorado, 80307. Parent Advocate at handsandvoices.org. handsandvoices.org. Hard of Hearing Advocates, HOHA. POB 1184 or 245, Prospect Street, Upton, Massachusetts, 01701. HOHA@charter.net. HOHadvocates.org. Hear Me Foundation. 4814, Woodstream Village Drive, Kingwood, Texas, 77345. info@hearmefoundation.org. Here Now. 6700, Washington Avenue South, Eden Prairie, Minnesota, 55344. Nonprofit at starkey.com. StarkeyHearingFoundation.org. Hearing Education and Awareness for Rockers, HEAR. NA. Here at HearnT.com. HearnT.com. Hearing Health Foundation. 363, 7th Avenue, 10th floor, New York, New York, 10001, 3904. info@hhf.org. hhf.org. Hearing Industries Association, HIA. 1444 I Street, NW. Crogin@bostrom.com. Hearing.org. Hearing Loss Association of America. 7910, Woodmont Avenue. Number 1200. Inquiry@hearingloss.org. hearingloss.org. Heath Resource Center at the National Youth Transition Center. National Clearinghouse on Post-Secondary Education for Individuals with Disabilities. 2134 G Street, NW. Washington, D.C., 20052. Ask Heath at gwu.edu. heath.gwu.edu. Helen Keller National Center for Deaf-Blind Youths and Adults. HKNC 141, Middle Neck Road, Sands Point, New York, 11050. HKNC@hknc.org. helenkeller.org/hknc. Holly Institute. Bowl Professional Building 1. Number 223, 22151, Moros Road, Detroit, Michigan, 48236-2172. Artist.gardella@ascension.org. sdjohn.org/holly. House Research Institute. 2100 West 3rd Street, Los Angeles, California, 90057. Webmaster@hey.org. HEI.org. Hyperacusis Research Limited. POG 1295. Marlborough, Massachusetts, 01752. Brian@hyperacusis.org. hyperacusis.org. International Deaf/Tech, Inc. 25,000 East Ellsworth Drive, Aurora, Colorado, 80018. deftech@deftech.org. deftech.org. International Hearing Society, IHS. 16880 Middle Belt Road, Number 4. Livonia, Michigan, 48154. info@ihsinfo.org. ihsinfo.org. Job Accommodation Network, JAN. POB 6080. Morgantown, West Virginia, 26506-6080. jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. John Tracy Clinic. 806 West Adams Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90007. web@jtc.org. jtc.org. Learning Disabilities Association of America, LDA. 4156 Library Road, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15234-1349. info@ldaamerica.org. ldaamerica.org. MAAP Services for Autism, Asperger, and PDD/NOS, MAAP Services. POG 524. Crown Point, Indiana, 46307. info@mapservices.org. aspergersyndrome.org. Massachusetts Eye and Ear. 243 Charles Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02114. communications@mei.harvard.edu. masseindeer.org. MDDS Balance Disorder Foundation. 22406 Shannondale Drive, Audubon, Pennsylvania, 19403. MDDS Foundation@yahoo.com. mddsfoundation.org. Media Access Group at WGBH. 1 Guest Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02134. access@wgbh.org. access.wgbh.org. Monell Chemical Senses Center. 3500 Market Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19104. mcsc@monell.org. monell.org. National Embooks Incorporated. POG 5127. High Point, North Carolina, 27262. mbooks@mbooks.org. mbooks.org. National Aphasia Association, NA. 350 7th Avenue, number 902. New York, New York, 10001. na@aphasia.org. aphasia.org. National Association of State Directors of Special Education Incorporated. NASC. 225 Rheinekers Lane, number 420. NASDSE@nasdsc.org. nasdsc.org. National Association of the Deaf, NAD. Number 820. Silver Spring, Maryland, 20910-4500. nad.org/contact us. nad.org. National Black Association for Speech, Language and Hearing. NBASLH. NBASLH at nbaslh.org. nbaslh.org. National Board for Certification in Hearing Instrument Sciences. NBCHIS. 33966 W8 Mile Road. Number 101. Farmington Hills, Michigan 48335. Info at nbc-his.com. nbc-his.com. National Captioning Institute, NCI. 3725 Concord Parkway, number 100. Chantilly, Virginia 20151. Mail at ncicap.org. ncicap.org. National Center for Health Statistics, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. 3311 Toledo Road, room 7204. Hyattsville, Maryland 20782. CDC info at cdc.gov. cdc.gov/nchs. National Center for Learning Disabilities, NCLD. 381 Park Avenue South. Number 1401. Help at ncld.org. ld.org. National Center for Voice and Speech, NCVS. University of Utah, Vice President for Research, 201 President's Circle. Room 210. Salt Lake City, Utah 84112-9011. NCVS mail at ncvs2.org. ncvs.org. National Center on Deaf Blindness. 345 North Monmouth Avenue. Monmouth, Oregon 97361. Info at nationaldb.org. nationaldb.org. National Center on Deafness, NCOD. 18111 Nordhoff Street, California State University. Northridge, California 91330-8267. NCOD at csun.edu. csun.edu/NCOD. National Cued Speech Association, NCSA, Deaf Children's Literacy Project. 1300 Pennsylvania Avenue, NW. Hashtag 190-713. Info at cuedspeech.org. cuedspeech.org. National Dissemination Center for Children with Disabilities, Nidcd. 1825 Connecticut Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20009. Nidcd at fhi360.org. nidcd.org. National Family Association for Deafblind, NFADB. nfadb at aol.com. nfadb.org. National Hearing Conservation Association, NHCA. 3030 West 81st Avenue. Westminster, Colorado 80031. NHCA office at hearingconservation.org. hearingconservation.org. National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH. 395 E Street, SW. Number 9200, Patriots Plaza Building. Washington, D.C. 20201. MRL1 at cdc.gov. cdc.gov/NIOSH. Nidcd, Information Clearinghouse. 1 Communication Avenue. Bethesda, Maryland 20892-3456. nidcd.nih.gov. National Institute on Disability and Rehabilitation Research, Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services, OSRS. 550 12th Street, SW, room 6056. Washington, D.C. 20024-6122. Ruth.Brannon at ed.gov. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/osers/nidrr/index.html. National Organization for Hearing Research Foundation, NOHR. POG 421. Narberth, Pennsylvania 19072. smsnor@att.net. noarfoundation.org. National Organization for Rare Disorders, NORD. 55, Kenosha Avenue, Danbury, Connecticut 06810. orphan@rarediseases.org. rarediseases.org. National Rehabilitation Information Center, NARIC. 8400, Corporate Drive. Number 500. Landover, Maryland 20785. NARIC@haytechservices.com. NARIC.com. National Service Animal Center, NSAC. 875, 124th Avenue NE, number 101. Bellevue, Washington 98055. info@deltasociety.org. deltasociety.org. National Spasmodic Dysphonia Association Incorporated. NSDA. 300, Park Boulevard. Number 335. Itasca, Illinois 60143. NSDA@dysphachonia.org. dysphachonia.org. National Stuttering Association, NSA. 119 West 40th Street, 14th floor. New York, New York 10018. info@westutter.org. westutter.org. National Technical Institute for the Deaf, NTID. 52 Lom Memorial Drive. Rochester, New York 14623-5604. ntidmc@rit.edu. rit.edu/ntid. National Temporal Bone, Hearing, and Balance Pathology Resource. Registry. Massachusetts Eye and Ear Infirmary, 243 Charles Street. Boston, Massachusetts 02114-3096. TB Registry at mei.harvard.edu. tbregistry.org. Neurofibromatosis Network. 213 Wheaton Avenue, Wheaton, Illinois 60187. admin@nfnetwork.org. nfnetwork.org. Noise Pollution Clearinghouse, NPC. POG 1137. Montpelier, Vermont 05601-1137. npc@nonoise.org. nonoise.org. Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. 200 Constitution Avenue, NW, Room N3647. Washington, D.C. 20210. OSHA.gov. Office of Disability Employment Policy, ODEP, U.S. Department of Labor. 200 Constitution Avenue, NW, Suite S1303. ODP@dole.gov. dol.gov/ODP. Office of Special Education Programs, OSEP, Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services, OSERS. U.S. Department of Education, 550 12th Street SW, Room 4109. Washington, D.C. 20202-2600. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/osers/osp/index.html. Post-Secondary Education Programs Network, PEPNET 2. 18111 Nordhoff Street. help@pepnet.org. pepnet.org. Quota International. 1420 21st Street, NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. Staff@quota.org. quota.org. Recurrent Respiratory Papillomatosis Foundation, RRPF. POB 6643. Lawrenceville, New Jersey 08648-0643. RRPF@rrpf.org. rrpf.org. Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf Incorporated. RID. 333 Commerce Street. Publications at rid.org. rid.org. Rehabilitation Engineering and Assistive Technology Society of North America, Riesna. 1700 North Moore Street. Number 1540. Arlington, Virginia 22209-1903. info@rsna.org. rsna.org. Rocky Mountain Taste and Smell Center. Anschutz Medical Campus, RCIN, MS 8315, Room 7107, 12800 E 19th. Ave. Aurora, Colorado 80045. Diego.restrepo@ucdenver.edu. ucdenver.edu/academics/colleges/medical-school/centers/test. esmel/pages/taste-smell.aspx. Sertoma Incorporated. 1912 East Meyer Boulevard. Kansas City, Missouri 64132-1174. Info sertoma@sertomahq.org. sertoma.org. Society for Ear, Nose, and Throat Advances in Children, CENTAC. 1600 Rockland Road. Wilmington, Delaware 19803. Patrick.Barth@nemours.org. Centac.org. Society of Otorhinolaryngology and Head Neck Nurses Incorporated. Zone 202 Julia Street. New Smyrna Beach, Florida 32168. SoneNet@AOL.com. SoneNurse.com. Source America. 8401 Old Courthouse Road. Customer Service at sourceamerica.org. sourceamerica.org. St. Joseph Institute for the Deaf, SJI. 1809 Clarkson Road. Chesterfield, Missouri 63017. info@sjid.org. sjid.org. Stuttering Foundation of America, SFA. 1805 Mariah Woods Boulevard. Number 3. Memphis, Tennessee 38111-0749. info@stutteringhelp.org. stutteringhelp.org. Tesh. 1001 Connecticut Avenue, NW. Number 235. info@tash.org. tash.org. Telecommunications for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Inc. TDI. Number 121. Silver Spring, Maryland 20910-3803. info@tdifferaccess.org. tdifferaccess.org. Testing, Evaluation, and Certification Unit Incorporated. TEC Unit. 1850 South Edwards Lane. Heber City, Utah 84118. info@techunit.org. techunit.org. The Hyperacusis Network. 4417 Anapaula Lane. Green Bay, Wisconsin 54311. earhelp@yahoo.com. hyperacusis.net. The Triological Society. 13930 Gold Circle number 103. Omaha, Nebraska 68144. info@triological.org. triological.org. The Voice Foundation. 219 North Broad Street 10 FL. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19107. office@voicefoundation.org. voicefoundation.org. U.S. Access Board. 1331 F Street, NW. Washington, D.C. 20004-1111. info@access-board.gov. access-board.gov. Yukon Taste and Smell Clinic. University of Connecticut Health Center, Taste and Smell Clinic, 263. Farmington Avenue, MC 1718. Farmington, Connecticut, 06030-1718. ccdia@up.uc.edu. uc.edu/Yukon Taste and Smell. United States Society for Augmentative and Alternative Communication. ASASI. 34 Market Street. Hatfield, Pennsylvania 19440. info@ussaac.org. USSAAC.org. University of Florida Center for Smell and Taste. 1149 Newell Drive, Gainesville, Florida 32610. UFCSD at ufl.edu. cst.ufl.edu. University of Pennsylvania Smell and Taste Center. 3400 Spruce Street 5 Ravden Pavilion. Doty at mail.med.upenn.edu. med.upenn.edu/stc. Vestibular Disorders Association, VEDA. 5108 Northeast 15th Avenue. Portland, Oregon 97211. info@vestibular.org. Vestibular.org. Virginia Merrill Bloedel Hearing Research Center, VMBHRC. University of Washington, Box 357923. Seattle, Washington 98195-7923. BLOEDL at uw.edu. departmenttest.washington.edu/hearing. Voice Academy. University of Iowa, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Iowa City, Iowa 52242. Julie-Ostrem at uiowa.edu. uiowa.edu/voice-academy. Voice Health Institute. 1 Bowdoin Square, Floor 11. info@voicehealthinstitute.org. voicehealthinstitute.org. World Federation of the Deaf, WFD. POB 65, FIN 00401. Helsinki, NE. info@wfdef.org. wfdef.org.